Top of the morning. Thank you for tuning in to the Christian Authors on Tour CAOT TV Show. I'm one of your co-hosts, Lynn Pender, and I have a phenomenal co-host here with me, Pastor Kevin Wayne Johnson. Hello, sir.
That. All right. Doing good this morning. How are you today?
I am well.
Good.
Welcome back.
Good.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Always good to be back.
Yes. Give us a little update. Your travels.
Well, a lot of good things going on. God has opened up a lot of wonderful doors.
Yes.
Doing a lot of training in the area of helping our current and next generation of leaders become better.
Mm-hmm.
Still communicating with people around the globe on giving God the glory and sharing that message. That's going to pretty much be consistent with what I'm doing in my life.
Okay.
And I had a wonderful opportunity to travel down to Charlotte, North Carolina to visit the Billy Graham Library.
All right.
Over the Thanksgiving holiday. I had been there before, but
Yes.
the second experience was even more powerful, and had a chance to take my baby boy with me.
All right.
To help him
right.
to understand the depth of being able to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ in every nation on the planet. Billy Graham did. So it was absolutely awesome. So glad to be back.
Amen.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
And we're glad
Yes.
to have you back. And as you can see, we also have this awesome woman here. We're going to introduce her in a minute, but we have to do a little bit of housekeeping. And, you know, there's a few things that I'm really excited about. And one of the major things is we're gearing up for our 2019 multi-state Christian book tour.
Yep.
We're going to have scheduled tour stops in St. Louis, Missouri, Savannah, Georgia, Boston, Massachusetts, Harlem, New York, Washington, D.C., and Baltimore, Maryland.
Wow. That's amazing. So Lynn has a memory. She didn't write any of that down.
I look all these telephone calls and planning and emails but I'm really excited about. I believe the dates are May 18th through the 19th.
16th and 17th.
Okay, May 16th through the 17th, and that's the
National Christian Writers Conference.
Yes, and talk a little bit about that because you've been a part of this
for
a while.
Yeah, so my good friend, founder and director Antonio Crawford, he resides in San Diego, California.
Yes.
A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful father and husband and man of God. He's had a vision for the past 15 years. We've been connected. Okay. And he takes the National Christian Writers Conference all around the country. So Midwest, East Coast, and on the West Coast. He's also the founder and owner right now of the Orange County Christian Writers Conference out in the Anaheim, LA area as well.
Okay.
And he's been doing this for a while. He brings together a number of authors, publishers, publicists, editors, etc. In the publishing industry and helps authors to better understand and improve their craft. Become better writers, maximize sales, and really understand all of the mechanics of the publishing process. And so when he called a couple of months ago, both Lynn and I, we knew it would be a wonderful idea. And we've been here before. We tried it a couple of years ago in Silver Spring. And this year, in 2019, it'll be in Hanover, Maryland.
All right.
Which is going to be powerful. So mark it down, May 16th and 17th, 2019.
Okay.
Because it's going to be great. He brings really, really top-notch speakers from around the country to really help to learn. The fellowship is rich. And the knowledge that you gain from the workshops is going to be phenomenal.
And so that's an official tour stop for Christian Authors on Tour. We will have a presence there and we want you to join us. And if you want more information about all of the different tour stops for 2019, visit our website at www.christianauthorsontour.com. That's www.christianauthorsontour.com. And if you're tuning in for the first time and you're like, what is Christian Authors on Tour all about? We're a group of authors, male and female, who use writing as a tool for Christian ministry. We are on fire for God. We love the Lord. We have been called to use writing. All of us have published books. And we're excited. We've been around since 2008 doing multi-state Christian book tours. At this point in our growth, we only do the multi-state Christian book tours in the odd number years. We have to rest sometimes. So we're gearing up for our 2019 Seed and Good Soil Christian Authors on Tour, multi-state Christian book tour. And we want you to join us. We want you to be part of it. You'll get a chance to meet some of the dynamic men and women who are part of our Christian Authors on Tour family. family, and you'll be able to connect with different Christian book lovers from all over the country. And so mark your calendars. And speaking of calendars, we are gearing up for our 11th year anniversary for Christian Authors on Tour in 2019. And so we don't have 1, 2, we have 3 2019 photo wall calendars that you will be able to purchase and keep as keepsakes. So we have the Men of Christian Authors on Tour 2019 photo wall calendar, the Ladies of Christian Authors on Tour photo wall calendar, and the CAOT TV Show photo wall calendar.
All
and
right
so
now.
yes. So we're pulling that together for you now. You should be able to order probably no later than the first or second week of December. Again, you can visit our website at www.christianauthorsontour.com. And we still have a 2018 photo wall calendar that you can certainly support. I know it's the end of the year, but we have some phenomenal Christian authors that we've spotlighted in this year of 2018. And for the month of November, it's Whitney Hawkins.
All right.
And so
Good.
she is the November 2018 author in the spotlight. She has her own radio show. I believe it's She Heals Radio with Awesome God Radio.
Yes.
And just want to encourage you to look her up. She's very active on Facebook. And she is one of the authors that we have the privilege of supporting and promoting through our Christian Authors on Tour family. And you can check her out in the calendar. And so if you want to purchase that calendar, again, go to www.christianauthorsontour.com. Click on the Products and Services tab to purchase your calendar or to order your 2019 calendar. That's a mouthful, right?
But you got it. You got it all over
We
here.
got it all in.
Yes.
And don't want to forget that one of the ways that we're able to have this phenomenal TV show is that we have corporate sponsors.
Yes.
And we are very blessed to have the Freedom Paper Company serve as a corporate sponsor for the CAOT TV show. I want you to visit them online at freedompapercompany.com. You get all of your paper products, everything from tissue paper to paper towels, anything that you might need.
Right.
And what I love is that they not only package it, they produce it, and they distribute it. And so it's a wonderful company, and we're very thankful that they have sold into the CAOT TV show. And when you contact them, ask auto ship, and tell them we sent you.
All right.
I definitely will be contacting them, looking them up.
And that brings us to our purpose for being here today.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Our phenomenal guest is a good friend, a stellar professional.
Indeed.
In terms of marketing, social media, PR, all that good stuff.
Yes.
Ella Curry is the founder and principal of EDC Creations.
Yes.
And I first met this young lady way back in 2007. She was the initial person that set up all of my social media campaign.
Oh,
and she even mentioned before the show that she said, I still get emails from you. But she is extraordinary across the publishing industry, has helped so many authors, has a current database of over 200,000 people that follow the great work that she's doing and growing. She has interviewed the U.S. Secretary of Labor. Wow. She has interviewed Dr. Dorothy Height before she passed, and so many others. I don't want to take up a whole lot of time introducing her. I would like for her to just tell her story and to introduce herself to you. Internet book marketing extraordinary.
Yes.
Ella Curry. Welcome.
I want to thank Lynn and Kevin for having me on the show.
Yes.
And it's been such an honor to work in this industry since 2000.
Yes.
I met some phenomenally talented people, and most have become lifelong friends.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow.
And in part, that's because of the service that Ella provides. Just a top-notch professional, very courteous, great customer service. And even before the broadcast, she even admitted, and I already knew this, most of her business comes from word of mouth.
Yes.
Why? Because of the outstanding customer service that she provides.
Absolutely.
Yep. So Ella, give us a little background. How did you get into this field?
I after Hurricane Katrina, the college that I was attending offered grants and scholarships, and I received one for the University of Maryland University College.
Oh, wow.
So I moved to D.C. all excited to further my catering company.
Yes.
I had a marketing and catering event planning business called Intimate Details. Well, as many of you know, if you're an entrepreneur or a small business owner, you know, those funds can come in kind of slow sometimes.
Yes.
And I had a small child that was 8 years old, so I needed some steady income, and I needed some health insurance. So I went to work at Karibu Bookstore, and that's where I met Kevin.
Yes.
So Karibu Bookstore was a six bookstore chain, the largest African American bookstore chain in the United States. And there I went in as a buyer's assistant, and I moved up to different positions in Karibu Books.
Yes.
And one of my things was I was the submissions manager. So all the books that came into Karibu, I had to prepare them for the head buyer to see if she was going to bring them into the store or if we would do consignment, what would happen. And I got so involved with trying to prepare the material the author sent in for her.
Okay.
And I would contact them and tell them, media kits need to be updated, photos.
Yes.
And it really led into a business where I help authors prepare their marketing and branding material that they would submit out to bookstores and the media. And the owners of Karibu Bookstore and the marketing manager at that time was Lee McDonald. And Lee McDonald helped me to launch EDC Creations as a marketing and branding firm.
Absolutely, absolutely. So talk a little bit about, you hit the keyword market, another keyword promotion. So talk about market promotion in the digital age.
We use a lot of apps to help us promote books and small business owners, and we use a lot of automation tools, much like I syndicated Kelvin's material.
Yes.
So we use a lot of those things to reach readers today, but at the end of the day, you got to create those relationships too in this digital age.
Yes.
And on social media, live stream has become such a big thing, so people can get an inside look at your world. They can see what's happening with you. You can speak directly to them. And in this digital age, it's even more important now
it is.
to create dynamic relationships than it was many years ago.
Yes.
Because you need the people, each person, you can consider that person a network.
Yep.
Because they have 5,000 friends and their friends.
Yes.
And when you connect with them and they're supporting you, they can become ambassadors for you.
Yes.
And so in this digital age, while we have you can text, send out text alerts and e-blasts and have the messenger bots, so your messages are sent to people social media inbox. All of that is fabulous, but at the end of the day, you still have to make those personal intimate connections.
Yes.
Ella, do you have a favorite social media platform? Do you prefer Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest? Is there anyone that you prefer? Twitter?
I prefer Twitter and Instagram. I like Twitter because Twitter is kind of like a 24-hour news feed. And it moves rapid and information travels so fast. And most things that go viral have the capacity to go viral faster from Twitter. But I love Instagram because the Instagram IGTV has become so phenomenal in building communities and bringing groups of like-minded people together. So people who are in the literary world may be seeking to take their books to film. They have a way of creating that whole community. I have a new company called Crown Holders Transmedia.
Okay.
And Crown Holders Transmedia means that you use every medium, every mode to promote an item,
wow.
such as a book. A book can become a film. A book can become a play.
Okay.
If it's a nonfiction book, it becomes a webinar that can lead to, it can be a podcast.
Yes.
You lead on to be speaking, then book to film. So using every aspect of that with Crown Holders Transmedia, we're helping people to create those various streams of income.
Yes.
But Instagram is a perfect place to build that community. So you can find your producers, you can find the guests for your show.
Yes.
And collaborations are really big now. You have the anthologies of authors of maybe a Christian faith or a fiction or a mystery. And you can find these people, build your tribe on Instagram. And it's so much easier for me to do that on Instagram because you use hashtags and you can track and follow a thought, an idea, or a movement. Hashtags, a lot of people use them as a cute thing, just making up something, but when you're in business and you're building a brand, you got to get a steady hashtag and use your branded hashtag, but genre specific hashtags when you're posting so people can track it and follow it.
Yes, being very strategic.
Yes.
And everything that you do. And so if you're tuning in, thank you so much. You are watching the CAOT TV show. And I know you're like, I thought this was about authors. Well, whenever we have 5 Fridays in a month, and we had 5 Fridays in the month of November, we always dedicate one Friday. And it may not always be the 5th Friday, but it just so happens that it's the 5th Friday of November. We always dedicate one of those Fridays for professional development for the many different authors who also tune into the show, because we understand the value of helping our authors, our peers, our friends, our colleagues build their craft. And so today's focus for those of you who are watching is really how to be more strategic and to be more, I guess, to be wiser in how you brand yourself as a Christian author in terms of using social media. And we are so honored to have, I call her the PR guru, Ella D. Curry. And as Pastor Kevin mentioned, she has been around for a while, and she has been doing this. And so we want to encourage you, after you watch the broadcast, to reach out to her. Give your website information.
Right now, the simplest way to reach me, and you can find all the things that we do, is to go to edc-creations.com. And there you'll find Band Radio Show, Black Authors Network Radio Show, Band Radio. And you'll find Black Pearls Magazine, which showcases author interviews and from authors, poets, and small business owners. And then from there, you also can find the Sankofa Literary Society.
Wow. Yeah. And Pastor Kevin, Leroy, our other co-host, and myself had the honor of interviewing with Ella on Band Radio not too long ago, right? And so just want to thank you for that opportunity. And just want to thank you because you've always been a source of support for Christian authors on tour, even in terms of referring authors to the TV show. And so I just want to publicly thank you because oftentimes you're behind the scenes and, people don't really know just the reach and the span that you have in terms of how you support your clients. And I just want to publicly thank you for the work that you do because it is a blessing.
Yes.
And you're welcome. You're welcome. But I'd like to thank you and you for supporting our community.
Yes.
We need people that bring the community together and offer resources so that we can get our voices and messages out to the public. And this is phenomenal because this not only is the show live streaming, you have so many other avenues in place to syndicate the show. Yes. And that's what it's all about in the digital age. You have to be able to create a product or a means and syndicate it out, whether that's using RSV syndication, live stream, and using your podcast and having it, on iTunes or and some people have even taken to become really highly paid YouTubers with their web series and webinars and podcasts. I love it.
Awesome. See, now you know why Ella's here. Ella, share with us the importance of the author being visible, not just social media, but in person. Getting to know the customer, because the customer is the reader.
Exactly. The main thing that an author or any business owner should want to know is where their readers socialize, where they shop, where where do they give, where they donate, what are their pain points, what are their heart special points. And I say that, explore outside the box. A bookstore is not necessarily always the only means to sharing your message and your product with your target audience. It depends on the genre of the book. For some people who are writing fantasy and fiction, they're not doing the Comic-Cons. For the Christian authors on tour now, they're holding their own conferences, much like the conference we talked about, creating those avenues, pop-up shops. I do quite a few of pop-up workshops and pop-up coaching, planning. Instead of waiting for someone to always invite you in, create your own lane.
That's right.
Create your own lane. But, start your own radio show. Start your own podcast and webinar so that you can pull people in and pour into them. Also, most recently, a lot of people have been doing live stream events where they bring in other panelists and experts and discuss topics. I love to attend the National Book Club Conference in Atlanta. And from there, people hold live interviews that are live streamed back to their networks. I also, like Sharon Lucas has an event in Bowie every year that she, brings in book clubs and readers for DC. And it's so important that you meet people personally so that they can see you and feel you and pour into, you can pour into them, offer them coaching right on the spot or introduce them to your book right on the spot. While we're in the digital age and we can use that to reach people around the world so quickly, it's still important that in your communities, your local area, that you start your network there and branch it out. Everyone wants to be a nationally best-selling author, but you get to be one by becoming a celebrity in your own background.
Right. Yep, absolutely. Everything is local. It all starts local, and then it expands.
Out.
That's good. Good teaching, Ella. Good
absolutely,
teaching.
Absolutely. If you could give advice, perhaps there's someone, an aspiring author or even a new or seasoned author, if you could give them some word of advice just in terms of a take-home, in terms of marketing, branding, what would that be?
I would say build engagement with your audience. Instead of just showing up one day saying, hey, I got a book, and just blasting out and sharing, buy my book. Speak to your audience, ask them questions, fellowship with them, engage with them, hold conversations. And those people will start to support you. They become ambassadors for you. Their network becomes your network. And the second piece of advice I would give every new author or business owner is to get a central database. Your website is your control center. Don't operate all your business on social media, Facebook inboxes. Build you a simple website, even if it's just a 3-page WordPress website that holds all of your vital information, has all of your contact information, and get you an email database so you don't have to recreate the wheel every time you have a new product. Absolutely. You can go back to the people. And in your newsletter is a way for you to share articles, tips, advice, news, or even promote the people in your network. So for any new author, get you an email database and engage with your audience. Don't always promote. Make it fun. Make it happy. Share the intimate parts of your life and the behind the scenes of what it takes to make it happen, because people buy into that. They buy into you and they support you by buying your book.
I love that. They buy into you.
They buy into you, and then they buy into your book. Out of my client, this year I've had 320 clients. Wow. At least 60 or 70 of those people have been with me 5, 7, 9 years. Because we have a relationship. I'm not only selling something to them. I'm not only providing a service to make money for them. I'm supporting them in what's going on in their personal life and their business life. You got to create those dynamic relationships so that social media work is about being social.
Right. That's why it's called social.
I love it.
Right. That's good. Well, Ella, congratulations on your 320 clients. I'm not surprised. And as the number grows closer and closer to 1,000, I won't be surprised. Right? So talk to us, if you would, about sustainability. So 60 to 70 of those 320 have been with you 5, 7, 9 years. What are the benefits of sustainability? Hanging in there for the long run, right?
For me, it's all about the relationships and what we mean to each other, what we bring to the table. If one of my clients come to me and maybe they don't have the finances right now to launch their product, we have a relationship that I still can help them launch that product. Another part of that relationship is being very transparent and very honest with each other. I'm not a yes person. So if you bring me a book cover that's not fitting your brand or a book cover that's not up to par, I'm going to be honest with you and tell you that this is not good. But anytime I offer critique, I offer a resolution.
That's right.
And so for me, I think it has been, we are partnership. We a team. I'm not just taking in money and providing a service. I'm here for you to offer you advice, counseling, connect you with other experts, and you get to utilize my entire network. Once you become my client, if you need an editor, I know an editor. If you want to contact to event planners to some of the major events, I connect you with them. I prepare all the material that you need, your press kits, your elevator speeches, your website, so that you cannot tell an independent author from a traditionally published author. They all are going to look that same profession. So I think the reason I have been able to sustain EDC Creation and raise my child from home and work on my own is the relationships that I've created. And when that relationship looks like it might not be going as well as it should, I stop the presses and let's talk about it.
That's right.
And if I'm backed up, if I'm ill or something happened in my personal life, I'm going to call you and say, okay, I need to take a break. I'm going to step away. And I'll be back in your project. And if I'm not getting your project out in time, I'm going to call you and say, okay, maybe we need a week. But it's all about communication and those relationships.
That's great. That's great. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Absolutely. And we are at the end of our time. I told you we'd go fast, right? But I want you to give your contact information one more time.
The best way to find all of my information is to go to edc-creations.com. Creations with an S. And you'll find everything right there to connect with me.
And want to thank you again.
You're so welcome.
And Pastor Kevin, thank you.
Thank you as well. Always good to be here.
Yes, and want to thank you for tuning in to the CAOT TV Show. We are here every Friday on the WBGR Gospel Network. You tune in live 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch reruns on Facebook. You can catch reruns on the WBGR Gospel Network page, as well as YouTube. And until next time, God bless everybody.
All right. Bless.